Yeah, I think you could say it in your circle, in your group, where everybody knows you talk like that, been around that talk. But once you leave that circle, I don't feel you have the right to talk like that. And if someone gets offended, I understand 1,000%. Now, leaving the white race, because that's the easiest one to pick on, because it was the creator of it, I guess you could say. Um, Other races, Puerto Ricans, you know, this is why I feel like, one, when it comes to a racist person, we're looked at the same way. It's not like they're like, I like this guy, he's Puerto Rican, but I hate the black dude. That never happens. Matter of fact, I've been called the N word a few times. I went to a Monty Tech. What up, Bulldogs? I went to vocational schools because I wanted, I grew up with the same dudes in Fitchburg, and I love you all to death, and those are my people. But I just wanted to see other people, other girls, I guess you could say. Because I knew there was other towns that went to the school. So it was a great experience. I got to see a bunch of towns I would have never seen, a bunch of non-minority having towns, and and it broadened my horizon. I learned a lot, but there's also a lot of negative that came with that. They never seen people like me either, or black people or whatever. So I got to come across a lot of racism and things like that. But I had some good conversations with some of these racist dudes, because I'm able to learn where it was coming from and stuff like that. But they look at us the same. A racist person looks at us no different than a black dude. One. Two, and this is to you black people, man. Y'all can't pick and choose when you want to claim stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a couple boys and we jokingly, go back and forth, race jokes or whatever, right? And then one of the comebacks will be, Noodle, you black. Remember, Noodle's the N-word. Noodle, you black. What you mean I'm black? What's the making of a Puerto Rican? And they are 100% right in saying that. The making of a Puerto Rican is Spaniards, Indians, Tainos, not like Slurpee. Would you like a Slurpee? Sure, I'm just kidding. Shout out to those Indians too, but you know what I'm saying is Spaniards, Native Americans, and African Americans. I mean, Africans. That's the creation of a Puerto Rican. Hence my curly ass hair, my medium big nose, and my big lips. Good looking out. No, honey, I'm just kidding. I don't mind my features at all. But what was I saying? So yeah, that's what created a Puerto Rican. So African is part of being a Puerto Rican, which I guess you could say makes us black, right? Now, it's a good argument. So that's why I feel like we go through racism. We still go through racism the same way you guys do. I grew up, in my coming up, we were all in the same place. The hip hop, when it comes to hip hop, all the Puerto Rican artists were from the same hoods as the black. It's not like it was island Puerto Ricans that came over here saying the N-word. That's not what it is. These are dudes. Big Pun, rest in peace, one of my favorite, and a lot of my black friends, one of their favorite artists ever is from Bronx, New York. Fat Joe from Bronx, New York. So these dudes, that noodle is regular conversation where they're from. So no one looked at it any type of way. But for the few people that, and I feel like this is a newer thing in the 90s and early 2000s stuff, no one ever said anything about like Hispanics saying noodle. They were if you were an American Hispanic, if you were from an island, you're from the island, you say it just doesn't sound right. It sounds like you're saying the ER one, and then I get it when they don't like that. But if you're an American Hispanic, from, you know, urban living, no one ever looked at that any type of way when I was coming up. So for it to be a switch now that I'm a grown ass man, that's come on, son. But you know, more recently, I've seen like on World Star comments and stuff like that, people saying like, oh, I don't know why these mother thinks that they could say the N word, da da da. They weren't part of the struggle. You weren't part of the struggle, dog. You're 17. Shut up. But I can see, you know, I get to a certain extent what you're coming from if you're not from the original race, I guess. But us being part African, wouldn't that make us from the original race, kind of? And us dealing with racism. Yo, my mother, put it this way, my mother is one of 8 kids. Or is it 9? No, I think it's 8 kids. They got split in schools and during, while she was coming up, going to school, because she's white skinned with long hair, like a white girl. And her brothers, some of them, you know, curly hair, a little darker skin or whatever. So they had kids going to like the black school and then kids going to the white school. So my mother was split. They're from the same bloodline. To me, that's going through some racist bull-ish, right? But, so yeah. So that's my opinion of that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's what I came up around. That's what I grew up. We were all able to say noodle. White people are not able to say noodle. If Eminem doesn't say noodle, he's from Detroit, Michigan. Very hood. I mean, granted, he was from the trailer park side of that, but either way, broke is broke, and he had, you know, he's nothing. It was nothing. He was around nothing but noodles. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't say it, why do you feel that you can say it? And he's accepted by every black dude in America. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Don't worry about offending people. Just don't say the real noodle. Say what your opinion is. Y'all don't gotta agree with me. It's not gonna change nothing. Like I said, I don't use it like I used to when I was young anyway. But if I'm around my noodles, I'm around my noodles. And shout out to D-Lo again. What up? Just something to think about on a Thursday. This was an extra long video, but I had a lot to say. Hopefully y'all watch it all. Let me know what you think. B team of nothing. I love my noodles, but where's my cheese? Fuck you!